2P race fans? It's your boy, Hillbilly Willie, back in the shop for part 2. Hopefully it's going to be a part 2. So, pardon my glasses. I just came in from outside. Snow's bright. And transitional glasses. So, alright. So here's what we got going on. I got my pieces made up. They're all welded. Don't judge me by my welds. Never had one break, even though they may not look good. But anyways, this is the motor mount for the rear on the passenger side. This is the one, and yes, I put a little bit of extra weld right there because this one goes like this and not like this. So it's going to have a lot of weight on this end, even though I did put that plate there, just to make sure it's reinforced in that corner right there really good. I milled that out a little bit, so my bolt goes through there. Everything's hunky-dory. So it's in there right now. I got to unbolt it. I've got everything marked. So I got my little tiny titanium welder there from Harbor Freight. That's what I do all my welding with. That's about the only thing I do my welding with, since I don't have very much power out here in the old garage. But we're going to get the motor unbolted from the top, from the front, get it out of our way. Since I got everything marked, I'm going to climb in there. I'm going to start welding, boys and girls. I'm just going to weld like there ain't no tomorrow. Because I'll tell you why. One thing is it's not too bad out here in the shop right now. But the bad thing is I don't have very much diesel. And it may only last maybe about another 15 minutes or so. And since it's only like 7 degrees outside, it's going to get daggone cold real quick. And I don't like the cold. So, alright, that's all I was holding her in. Take this out, raise this motor out. Well, I got to get everything unhooked first. But we'll get it all unhooked, and we'll get some welding done. We'll be back. Alright, so now that we're back under here, we're going to take the flappy disc, grind, clean that up, clean up this, clean up that, and this over here where I want to put a couple spot welds over here. I may not put these bolts in. If I put a little bead over here and back there, I don't think that motor mount's going to go anywhere. And I also want to get something from here to there. I may have something already. Something like this little jobby there. You know, cut this out, angle it so it fits in there. Give this some more support there too. I don't think it's going to bend. I mean, that's pretty solid. But just to be on the safe side, I may put a gusset there and maybe one from here to there. Just kind of spot welded in there. Just to give it a little bit more strength. So we'll clean that up, and I'll try. I got to figure out how to make sure I know where my lines are. I should have probably cleaned those up before I marked them. But since this is Hillbilly Willie's 2P Racing Industry shop, I guess I'll figure it out when I go. Alright, we'll be back. Well, we ran into a situation. No lights, no power. We blew a breaker. So, gotta go inside the house, and it seems like I'm gonna have to shut the heater off in order to do some welding. If this ain't hillbilly, I don't know what is, folks. I mean, I am running the whole shop off of one extension cord. Don't tell nobody. But I got it ran to the shed onto a big, long, multi thing. And it's got like 8 plugs in it. I got every one of them things filled. Now, I ain't everything on. But evidently, you can't run the heater and the welder at the same time. So let's get that fixed. We're going to get back to it. All right, we got the lights back on. Power! All right, now let's get started back on the old welding. Shall we? I've got that one tacked in. I think I've got it pretty much even, pretty close. I think it'll work. That's all I want, is it to work. So we're going to get back on it. We'll return and show us some progress, hopefully. Well, folks, we lost power again. So what we're doing is I got the welder, I don't know if you can hear it, plugged straight into the actual extension cord that goes to the shed instead of coming off the power strip. I've got my flashlight here just so I can see what I'm welding. So if this ain't hillbilly, please enlighten me. What else could be more hillbillyer than this? Okay, we're back. Lots of issues with that little guy right there and the power. But I think we got it. Okay, so I have, I don't know if you can see it, a weld right here on this corner, bolted in here and here. Not here yet. There's something going to go there though. I got this one. Now don't make fun of my welds, but this one here, I've hit it with the camera about 20 times. I don't think it's going to go nowhere. That one over there, the bottom, yeah, I didn't hit that, but on the other sides, I got it. That over there, I got it. So now we're going to try to put this back in to see if it fits. Wish me luck. Okay. Well, about to wrap this up for part 2. There will be a part 3. Imagine that. All right, so as you can see, the hook, it's off the engine. It's on the new motor mounts. All right, and per IMCA, the fuel pump has to be in front of the cross member, which it's right there, and it is in front. That's legal. I still have about that much gap between the cross member and the bottom of the oil pan. That's awesome. It looks, the motor looks fairly straight to me. I could be wrong, but it looks pretty close. And pretty close works for me. May not work for a lot of other people. A lot of people, perfection. No, not me. But anyways, the motor's in. One thing I am going to do is on this motor mount right here. I didn't like how it welded on this side and stuff. So there is a hole in the bottom of this motor mount. I'm going to drill it straight through the frame. I'm going to get a long bolt, and I'm actually going to put a bolt through that motor mount as well. That way, if anything does happen with that weld over there, I will have a bolt that still holds it in. Little thinking here, a little thinking. But I also want to go ahead and put something right here just to sturdy that up a little bit, because it is pretty long. But all in all, for me, I think it's going to be all right. The next thing we're going to have to do, though, is pull it back out and get the transmission on there. Now, I got a new transmission, and I'm going to put that in this car. Those two over there, when the weather breaks a little bit and I'm able to get down south, those are going to go to CJ. I got the rebuild kits for them to get those freshened up. And the third part of the video is going to be probably about the last, is I've got to put a freeze plug. So I had a freeze plug pop out on this motor. It got cold. And what's really weird is I know it got cold, but and it was mixed with water, but as you can see, it's green and it's froze right now. So I must have got some really junk antifreeze, because I do run antifreeze in my car a little bit, especially in the winter when it gets cold. I will drain about 30% of the water out and add another, that's about a gallon of antifreeze, start it up, let it mix, let it run. And usually that's pretty good for wintertime, but not this time. And luckily, it didn't crack the block. The freeze plug done its job. It pushed the freeze plug out. So I'm really thankful for that. But I got to put that freeze plug back in. So when I pull this out, put the new transmission on there, get it all bolted up. We'll get that freeze plug put back in. We'll get everything else done, and we'll get the engine in there, and that'll be part 3, and finish up the engine install. So we're coming along a little bit out of time. It's mid-February. Heck, it's almost over. Wow. I've only got like a month and a week and a half to get this done. The body is ordered. It's getting made. He should have it done this week, so I can go pick it up sometime after work. And then it's an all steel body. I made this body here like 3 years ago, and I put it through lots of wrecks, and it survived really well. Actually, I was actually surprised at how well I made the body. But I'm retiring the body. I'm putting an all steel body on there. It's a Malibu body because per IMCA, it actually has to be as close to the original body as possible. So that's what I'm doing. And the only other thing that I have to do that I can think of is I got to change this because it's an adjustable shock mount. And I don't know if I have to do it on the rear as well. But if I do, I will figure that out. And that way, they won't be adjustable. I need to set them where I want them, which I've never moved them in the first place. So that should be fairly easy. This one here, it's a solid mount. Boy, that's nice to move out of the way. Now I can get that motor onto the new cradle here, and that way we can get it ready to load up to go down south. But yeah, I've never adjusted these on the shocks, so shouldn't be really that big of a deal in my opinion. But we will see. I need to reread the rules. I need to get in contact with somebody that runs IMCA regularly and they know the rules ins and out. Because I don't want to get all the way 10 and a half hours away and they say, oh, you're not legal. So, I don't know. But we're going to wrap this up today. Thank you for watching. I hope this wasn't too long. I try to cut it out as much as I could. So, you guys have a blessed day. And until next time, over and out.